I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. I used to love Carlito. Carlito was my fucking guy when he came out. I was instantly a Carlito fan. Didn't take long at all. You know, he was kind of put over John Cena quickly. He was immediately given the United States title upon his like debut, I believe. So it took a minute, I suppose, but it didn't take very long at all to catch on to this guy's fucking cool. He was cool. You often hear that Vince McMahon kind of names people or he looks for real life things, right? Like, oh, you played hockey? You're the goon. You know, go get some boots that look like ice skates. You like turkey? Okay, you're the gobbledygooker. Go crack out of an egg. A red rooster. You like roosters? Sure, Terry Taylor loved roosters, huh? He loves a good cock. But, Carlito was a fucking awesome character, man. Like, he just exudes cool. He's very cool. You know what I mean? Like, he's got that laid back, chill energy. He's not intense. He's not over the top. His speech is, he gets frustrated and hot sometimes. He gets that hot Latino temper, but he's still laid back and chill. By all accounts, the girls loved Carlito. It was big with the chicks. Carlito did for the love of wrestling. He was one of the people that sat down. It was a big convention over in the UK. And he sat down and did a full in-ring shoot interview. And he was asked about this character. This cool character. The hair and the spit in the apple and all that shit. Where did it come from? Check out this clip.
Did anyone refuse to get the apple sprout in their face?
It's actually the opposite. For some reason, people like you said, like talking about badge of honor. Some people like, but like you tell me, oh, I'm gonna spit in your face. And, oh yes, thank you. Or I'll get on the street too. For some reason, people will ask me. They'll say, how much would you charge to spit in my face? I'm like, why would you want that? I can't think of anybody that I'd want to spit in my face.
Have people brought you apples like at a Comic-Con to do that to them?
All the time.
Really?
Yeah.
And do you just decline
I
politely?
decline because I think there's a lawsuit somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't think you can just go around doing that. And
imagine that lawsuit. And such an interesting character. How did the character come about? How did the apple come about? How did the phrase come about?
Well, when I first got to OVW, which is the developmental, whatever it was back in those days, I used to shave my head when I was younger. I didn't like my hair. I was ashamed, not ashamed of it, but I didn't think my hair was cool. No pun intended. And then when I got there, everybody had their head bald. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna grow my hair out. And then I just got lazy, and then all of a sudden, people just started noticing how wild my hair was, and I thought, okay, let's go with that. And then the apple spitting, if you notice, if you look at old Razor Ramon promos, mine are all basically rip-offs of that. And then in one of those, he spat something at some guy, and in mine, it was an apple. And then Vince saw that, and he said, okay, I like it, kid. I want you to keep spitting apples at people's faces. And then I asked him, I said, I'm the one spitting the apples? He goes, yeah, okay, yeah, I got no problem with that. I can do that all day.
He's still cool. He's still the fucking man. Still charming as all hell. and his return or his debut, his little spot there, the run-in at Backlash in Puerto Rico. And I had thought that, too, going into that show, especially when I saw Savio Vega. I was like, what, no Carlito? Yeah, they got Carlito, too. Carlito's the shit. I don't know why he said in this interview, because he was asked, has he thought about going to AEW or Impact or WWE again? And he said nobody calls. It's not like he's turning this shit down or just doesn't want to or he's happy doing the indies. He stays busy on the indies. Matter of fact, I think he had just put out there that his booking price would probably go up now that he was back at back in WWE for Backlash. But he said nobody calls him. Why doesn't anybody call Carlito? What's your problem? I think Carlito doesn't like to work the schedule. Is that it? It's just too much. He's not trying to be on the road full time or anything. So who would call him? AEW could. They're not on the road full time. What would they do with a Carlito, though? That's the other thing. What do you do with a Carlito? When he was the young, cocky, upcoming heel, it made sense. Now he's kind of a wily veteran. I don't know. Maybe you put him at the top of the card. You see how that goes. I just don't know. Like, honestly, like, I'd be open to ideas. I don't know that, like, I would want Carlito, but I wouldn't know how to use Carlito. I'm sure I could think of something if I tried, but I thought he was booked really well, at least in his first incarnation. And then the rumors started kind of coming out that he was a little bit lazy, and you could see his body was getting not flabbier. He was just losing tone. It was like he wasn't really trying anymore, half-ass and everything. And I believe that had been said about him, and the office had kind of lost faith in him. Became complacent. Certainly not now. Look how fucking jacked this man is. Jacked to the gills. Carlito's still fairly young. I think he could have another run in him. Maybe Impact would be a great place to try to scoop up a Carlito. Or even NWA. Why doesn't Billy Corgan reach out to Carlito? Maybe he costs too much. I don't know. He should be used more. I don't think he should be restricted to just the indies, but that's just my opinion. I was always a Carlito fan. Love the man to death. Very cool. I always liked the apple, spit in the face. That was always over with me. What are your guys' thoughts? What do you think of Carlito? Caribbean Cool. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. What'd you think of his big return at Backlash? Should they use him more? How would you use Carlito? If you were to bring him back, what would you do with him? Put him in a title run, tag him up with somebody, manager. Just a little bit too big to be a manager. Carlito, man, fucking cool as all hell.
Let me tell you something, brother. You can check out full episodes each and every Sunday right here on this channel, dude. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to take your vitamins and say your prayers, brother.